Well, I'm pleased to say I am now joined by Lofty, Martin Chapman, and also David Mullins for this week's special Star Sports Zoom room ahead of the Champion Stakes final at Romford on Friday night. So thank you for joining me, guys. As always, Lofty, I'm going to come to you first for a little rundown of the betting.
Yeah, wide open this one, Julie. I mean, literally, looking across the varying firms, you could back every dog in this and show a profit. That's how open it is, and that's the difference of opinions across the firms. But down the card, on 4-1, Kishlawn Shakira, David's dog. We're 7-2 Jupiter's Edition, 3 Nighttime Danny, we just make favourite, 6 Bowshine Bullet, 4-1 Bombardier or Bombardier, and 5 Jim Star Elusive, who looks to have the draw as the only seeded runner on the outside. But yeah, absolutely wide open.
Absolutely. And not just wide open, but how good a final do you think it is, Lofty?
It's competitive. I can honestly see this being run sort of 6 times and get 6 different results. You know, you've got a lot of promising dogs. You can look at a dog like Jim Star Elusive, who, you know, a lot of people marked has been a Derby dog last year when he was with Charlie Lister, then with Chris Akers who took over. You know, things didn't quite go his way there, and he's had a lot of injuries, but a dog, you know, that ability, and there's dogs here who've shown top class form over further, certainly running in the ledger. You've got some real Romford stalwarts here in the likes of Jupiter's Edition, who, you know, he never runs a bad race around Romford. Take Kishlawn Shakira, Dave's dog, who we'll come on to later on. You know, some top class form around Toaster, and he's shown it around there. It's a real high quality, you know, class final. Nighttime Danny, you know, should have won a ledger, got caught by the freak in Space Jet. We've seen what she's been doing now around Toaster in that marathon. You know, he's picked her up there. She's picked him up that night. It's just, so really, he should be a Cat 1 winner in waiting Nighttime Danny. Yeah, a really good final, you know, chock full of quality dogs, and one I'm really looking forward to. It's very, very competitive.
Absolutely. And David, congratulations on getting there. So many finals that are coming thick and fast for you at the moment. So well done, very much a kennel in form. Tell us a bit about Kishlawn Shakira.
Well, basically, she's more of a longer distance bitch. At some point later in the year or early part of next year, we'll probably test her over an 8 bends at some point. But no, she's top draw over the longer distance. She's going to have to probably do it the harder way in this. I can't really see any way that she can lead. But it's more where she sits at the second bend. If she can hold her pitch and turn handy enough, then she might be able to pick the front runners up.
She sprung a bit of a surprise in the semi-final at 7-1. Ran a great race. I mean, to pick up the likes of Jupiter's Edition is no mean feat at all at Romford. 1, you must have been thrilled, but 2, were you a little bit surprised, or did you have that belief in her?
Well, no, we've always had the belief in her, otherwise we wouldn't have put her in it. But after a trial stake, we initially thought, well, you're going to be very hard to keep out of the final because she's so strong coming home. So during the race, I know when she come out of the first bend, when she turned third, I thought, you got a chance here. And then coming down the back straight into the second last, you know, we were thinking, you can win this, you know, because she was just lying too handy, and she's so strong coming home. I must admit, we're listening to Martin Chapman's the pricing. I'm shocked to see what price John's dog is. My brother's 5-1.
I know you guys speak every morning, so I was going to ask you about Jim Star Elusive. He just seems to be in the form of his life at the moment. Obviously, he's had his injury problems, particularly when he was with Chris Akers, but really seems to be at his best now. Is John happy with him?
Yeah, John's delighted with him. I mean, John's turned the dog inside out. You know, John's a top-class trainer. You know, he's pretty much won most things. And if anyone's going to get the best out of a dog, he will. So I think the fact that, you know, he runs the dogs, he doesn't wrap them up in cotton wool, has probably been the making of the dog.
You're drawn in trap 1 and John is in trap 6. What do you make of the draws? I'm guessing he would have favoured being elsewhere, albeit the only seeded runner. And what do you think of trap 1 for you?
Well, I haven't really taken a lot of notice of where the others are seeded so much in the final. It's more where we were positioned. We wanted to be drawn inside Droopy's Edition. Not because we can lead it up, because I don't think we can, but I think that might just step off the bend slightly. That might, you know, just give us a little bit. If we could come away and hold our pitch, we won't lead it, but we might be able to get a clean run inside it. If we don't come away clean, you know, with the amount of dogs, railers and middle runners in the race, they're all going to come across at the bend, and it could shut the face on us. So it's more where we were seeded. I'm happy with the draw. You know, I think she's got they've all got good chances of winning it. You know, it is that wide open, but I think we're drawn right.
Lofty, I kind of saw it like that as well for Kishlawn Shakira, because I think being in trap 1 at Romford and, as David said, Jupiter's Edition slightly coming off the rail, if she can just get the clear run round, it doesn't really matter too much what position she's in, because she's got that ability to come from off the pace up the home straight.
Yeah, funny enough, a couple of lads were talking about this race the other day, and we just thought whatever turned third would win. It was one of those races. I could just see, I think Jim Starr's, you know, a certainty to lead, and he's got this trip a lot stronger than what I thought. When I see him when he's maiden there first time out, he just seemed to struggle home, and he certainly got stronger, I think, for getting used to the track as well. And, you know, I think, say, 5.75 would probably be as far as he wants to go, but I can just see it's going to go around, I think, with Jim Starr and Jupiter's Edition. Anything that gets a clear run, I think, might well be a target for them, you know, as again, and I think David's got a great point there. You know, I think his picture's got a lovely draw on the rails on the inside there. She gets a nice clear run round. Don't forget, other dogs with a bit of pace as well, with, you know, Beaushine Bullet got picked up last time by Nighttime Danny. That was a ridiculous run by Nighttime Danny there. So we know Beaushine Bullet's strong, you know, she gets a 7.10 okay at Perry Bar, and she's gone around on the bunny last week. You thought how far she was going to win by, and Nighttime Danny got trouble in running and nearly picked her up. That was probably the whole one of the events for me from Nighttime Danny last week. And I think if he turns third, he'll definitely win. Bombard, yeah, I was disappointed with him last week. I thought he'd get to Jim Starr in running, and he just lacked a bit of middle speed. So for me, it'd be the one I thought maybe. I just think that possibly Jim Starr, at least if he's there to be shot out, I just think if something, say, gets very close to him, if in a trouble string race, he might get a clear run and get away, and there's trouble in behind, because, as you say, the other 4 dogs have probably got similar amounts of speed to the corner. And, you know, we know what it's like at Romford, getting a run round at first bend there. It's all about being out on the tight track, and often if you're out on a bunny at Romford, even over the 5.75, you can still get yourself home. But I mean, hopefully it'll be a clean run race. And so I just think whatever turns third in behind Jim Starr Elusive and Jupiter's Edition, I think, will be the winner, as long as they're not too far behind.
It's not often we say whatever turns third will probably win, that's for sure. Beaushine Bullet was the fastest in 35.07, and Nighttime Danny just heading behind. Your lady, David, clocked 35.38. Do you think she can find a little bit of time on that if she needs to?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, she can find a little bit on it. One of the concerns I have is what the going will be like. If the going's lightning quick, which they tend to do on final nights, it will benefit the front runners. You know, it will help their stamina. So I'm not so sure if my brother's dog, if that got loose, we would have to turn close to it, because it'll blow us away for middle pace anyway. Whatever, you know, if we turned 3 behind it off the second, it could, by the time it got to the third bend, it could have stolen another couple of lengths. But you know, it's everything's going to be moving across to the rail anyway. You know, they all want to be further in. So we're hoping the Elusive dog and Edition dog both come away, and they might be able to hold each other up, which will enable the stronger dogs to get a pitch in behind.
How many champion stakes on your CV, David?
We've got one. We've had a couple of seconds, but no, we've got one.
He remind us who won that?
That was Potto Storm back in '99.
Wow, a long time ago. How much would you like to win on Friday night at your home track?
Oh, well, Champion Stakes is probably my favourite race at the track. It's the first Group 1 we won. I can remember when the first running of it, all those years ago, I was there that night. So it is a great race, you know, and we'd love to win it. So, you know, I wouldn't say we'd like to win it any more than any others, but we'd definitely love to win it.
And as I said, your kennel absolutely flying at the moment. Sunday night, you had Brookside Richie in the Kent's Derby final. Not to be for him, but has he come out of it okay?
Yeah, he seems fine. We're going to do nothing with him this week at all, and then I'm going to get him checked over. Just any soreness that's come out of the race, you know, through, you know, running strains, all the soreness will be gone. So if there is any underlying issue, we'll be able to get to the source of the problem. We haven't got any plans for him. Initially, I was going to take him to the end of the year and then give him a rest, but I'm not so sure we're going to do much with him this year at all.
It's a bit of a shock in that race, Lofty. It was a good job I didn't ask you to tip the winner for that one.
I'm bang out of form. I haven't put a winner up yet, one of these, Jude. You know, he does look a big price winner, doesn't know Stuart Maples? Then he did it obviously in the Golden Jacket and earlier this year as well in another competition. So he's certainly not aloof to having the big price winner. It's a bit of a scrappy race, and hopefully Mark's dog's okay as well. He had a crashing fall at the corner there too. So I noticed he got to the pickup okay, and so hopefully he's okay after that fall as well. But yeah, that was a bit of a messy one.
Final, Lofty. Who's your tip?
I would. Don't put me on the spot. I could run the race 6 times. There have 6 different winners. I'm a big fan of Nighttime Daddy. I love the dog, but he deserves to win a Cat 1 after the Ledger final. It'd be a case of shutting your eyes at the corner, but I just think the run he did last week was amazing. He can come away better than that. I think if he gets a clear run, as David said, everything's going across so as well towards the rail, so could be a bit of a concertina effect on the run up. But I just think if he can get the run at the corner, he might. I think 3 might be slightly better for winning when he was in 2 last time. And I say on last week's running, I think any sort of run it'd be dangerous, and I think he'll win. But there wouldn't be a confident selection at all.
And before we let you go, David, a Tenpin update. How's he doing?
Yeah, no, he's doing really well. He's still got his fixator on. I think that's due to come off. We was hoping to get it off in next week, but I think it's going to be the earliest we can get booked in is probably, I think it's the 3rd of November, so it won't be too long, and I'm pretty sure he's looking forward to it coming off. But no, he's looking $1 million. Everything's gone well, so we're happy, and once that's off, I think he'll be happy.
And what will the plans be for him? When can we expect to see baby Tenpins? And will you breed from him at your place?
I'll definitely make a couple of bitches with him. It all depends on how it falls, which, when they come in season, to how strong his legs are. I'm pretty sure he knows what he's got to do in that respect. He does love a woman. So
no comment.
But no, that'll be the plan. But it all depends when they fall in season, and we'll go from there. But we just take our time. There's no big rush.
Very exciting indeed. Listen, thanks so much for joining me, and David, all the best for Friday night. I will see you there. I'm looking forward to it so much. I haven't been to Romford for a little while, and it's a great final. Good luck, and thank you for your time, and you too, Lofty. Thanks, guys.
Pleasure. Thanks a lot, Julie.
Thank you.